Good morning, and thank you for waking up with 5 News this morning. I am Meredith Marney. Fort Smith police say the woman was driving this Lincoln sedan and pulling out of the Links apartment complex this morning. That's when the driver of the white pickup truck was driving eastbound and sideswiped her. Not much traffic coming up right now. Oh, you can see actually that van is sliding. Look at it there. He's having a really hard time. He is spinning around in circles there. And that is just showing you how dangerous these roads are right now. They promise fun and fitness, but are trampoline parks the safest for you and your children? A new study is raising concerns about the centers. It is that time of year again for students to hit the books. The 20-year-old, whose name is not being released at this time, was dead by the time officers arrived on scene. And the flooding also caused people to evacuate in this Park Ridge RV campground. This morning, we know more about a fire that happened in a Southside High School locker room last week. You can see what's left of this home here. Not much. Everything is charred and blackened, and like I said, smoke is still billowing out, and flames have started back up here at this home on South Gray Street. In Oklahoma, a program originally meant to cut down the number of divorces is coming to an end because of budget cuts. The first drive-by shooting actually happened last night. We just learned that from the Fort Smith Police Department over on Kavanaugh Road, where they say 4 shots were fired. Welcome back. It's 5:12 on the clock. Most dentists tell patients that flossing is essential, but now a new report is saying otherwise. Take a look at this damage here, and actually smoke and water are coming at me right now because they are making sure all the hot spots are taken care of. The man arrested will be facing several charges, including larceny and possession of stolen property. For all you craft lovers out there, Northwest Arkansas is the place to be today. The annual War Eagle Craft Fair gets underway starting at 8 o'clock this morning. For the latest news, weather, and sports, head on over to our website. That is 5newsonline.com. Have a great Saturday.
It's just a problem.
Many in the area believe there has been a recent rise of panhandlers since the beginning of the year.
It makes us look bad.
It's become a routine when you drive down a busy road in the River Valley or Northwest Arkansas to see someone on the side of the street, sign in hand, asking for money or help.
As a human being, you want to help. You know, it's an instinct. When you see the same people over and over and over, they're not trying to help themselves.
Stuart Rowland of Van Buren takes pride in being a veteran and isn't afraid to ask someone claiming to be a vet down on their luck what unit they are in.
You know, they say, disabled veteran, anything will help. They'll just look at me and shout, "Army!" That's not the response. If you've been in the military.
The community isn't alone when it comes to questioning the rise in panhandlers. Local police departments are also noticing the recent increase.
We found there's a lot of, false motives in what some of these beggars are actually doing. And we've actually followed them back to houses and cars.
The issue has also created a buzz on social media in our area. This video came from a 5 News viewer in Fayetteville.
He just left his truck, people. This guy is claiming,
not limping anymore either.
He's not limping. He is claiming to be homeless and disabled. And this guy has a cell phone, has cigarettes, and drives this truck.
But according to police, it's not illegal to panhandle in Arkansas unless they trespass on private property.
If you're on their property and they don't want you there, they have the right to ask anybody to leave their property. If they're obstructing traffic and they're causing dangers to the flow of traffic, we can enforce that under disorderly conduct. We've had reports potentially of them being threatening in a way for not recognizing them or giving anything. Well, you get into terroristic threatening.
The Salvation Army is open to people in need throughout the area and have some suggestions if you are approached by a panhandler.
The most helpful thing and the most powerful thing that you can do for someone is to give them the information on how they can help themselves. Or if they're hungry, you can give them food. But I really wouldn't suggest giving them any money.
And you just have to be safe. You don't know who these people are.
Since asking for money on the street corner is illegal in the state of Arkansas, there's nothing police can do. However, if they create a public disturbance or trespass property, they could face jail time. Live in Fort Smith, covering the news where you live, Meredith Marney, 5 News.
Her smile, the way she looked at me.
Joshua Pickle and Anne-Marie Elliott Nuzzi were engaged to be married this fall. Pickle was at work Thursday morning, just like any other day, when he heard about the accident near his apartment complex from a friend, and he immediately thought to call his fiancée.
And it rang and rang and rang, and then the detective picked up.
What did he say?
He was so kind, he was so considerate, and he informed me that she was in DOA.
Fort Smith police say the woman was driving this Lincoln sedan and pulling out of the Lynx apartment complex this morning. That's when the driver of the white pickup truck was driving eastbound and sideswiped her.
Nuzzy's daughter, 4-year-old Elizabeth, was in the back seat. She was transported to a local hospital with minor injuries.
This is my fiance, and 4 beautiful children lost their mother today. An 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old, because they don't want to put in a street light.
0th Street in Fort Smith is known for traffic congestion.
This accident could have been prevented by a stoplight. The city knows that this is a dangerous street.
Pickle says his fiancée would want to save others' lives and doesn't want a tragedy like this to happen to anyone else.
If I can save someone else's kid from getting hurt, that's all Ann would wanted.
In Fort Smith, covering the news where you live, Meredith, Marney, 5 News.
Nina! Hey, party! Hey.
Yes.
Good girl. Good girl.
We were trying to keep Keena contained until Dennis got there, and we were able to do so. When Dennis got there, I'm not even sure what he said, but as soon as she heard his voice, she perked up and started running towards him. A homeowner that's building a new house happened to see her and called 911.
That's a bullet hole. Yeah. She's got one right here by her collar, one on the rear end.
She had one entrance wound, an exit wound on her neck, and one to the back of her body also, which the vet said if it was 2 inches lower that she wouldn't be here. She was inside the car. Dennis was able to get out, and unfortunately Keena wasn't. We knew that she got hit somewhere. It really didn't hit home until our mission was done in finding Keena. Keena stays at the home with her handler, Dennis, and his family, and she is a family member to them. I would certainly like to say thank you to everyone that came out to help search, everyone that came to provide supplies,